for today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Cup of coffee!
Oh my God, there's been screaming on every level. And it's just like, I was just totally wiped out yesterday. Youngest kid had work last night. I had oldest kid, had to take him to the doctor, and he's got ear infection. Bless his heart. He is just having a hell of a time.
Yeah, he's having one hell of a time.
And we do ask for prayers for him. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I think part of it was where I sat in the car while he was in with the healthcare provider, and it's like, even with the air conditioning running hot, it's just soul sucking hot.
Yeah.
And
that's
so
just it will melt your face off hot.
And
if you lay your hand on the plastic, it's hot.
Yeah. And it's like,
burns you.
We've had some kind of something every day, and it's like there's been the external drama and then the family drama and all this stuff, and it's just like, whoo.
Yeah, it really seemed like things were calming down there for a second.
And then it kicked back up.
Yeah. So it's like, shit.
Yeah. And so it was a matter, the oldest kid's supposed to have an appointment that had to be, moved, and it's supposed to be tomorrow. If I can get him to move it to next week, that would help me tremendously. Mm-hmm. Youngest kid had to go to the ear, nose, and throat. Adenoids from hell.
Yep. They have plagued me
since he was born.
Yeah, all my life. They have plagued me. That's why I sound the way that I sound.
Well, it's not a matter that you sound abnormal or anything like that, but it has to do with the allergies and in the ear infections and all these other things that have been chronic conditions. Mm-hmm. And you hear about tonsils, but you don't usually hear about adenoids.
Nobody ever thinks about them.
No. But they did say that there was the option of him having those removed, so it's a matter of
surgery. Them going up into my nose.
Well, you would be asleep.
What? No.
I don't know.
I would rather.
If it's a permanent solution, I would really, and if it's not that invasive.
That's the thing. I'm like, how invasive? Are you going to have to cut my nose off and lift it up? What are you going to have to do?
I think some of those things, they just go in there and sort of scrape and cauterize. I would have to go and, research that procedure. It's not, I don't think it's that horrible of a thing, but it could make that much of a difference in your life.
I got to see them.
Did you?
He shoved the scope up my nose, both sides. And I got to watch the whole thing.
Oh, I tell you something. Those people, buddies, they don't even give you any warning. They just go with that scope and
they squirted whatever numbing stuff up my nose, and I'm like, the fuck, the fuck. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I flinched. Mm-hmm. They just shoved the tube up my nose, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. This is interesting.
It is interesting. It's more interesting when it's somebody else's.
It tickled, and it was very, very uncomfortable. The numbing spray did not quite help.
Right.
Because it didn't kick in that fast. Numbing shit takes a while to kick in with me.
I think it was just a matter of whoop, there it goes.
Like, this is shit so far up my nose.
Yeah.
How far up till you go to my brain?
I should have. No, it's the other end. I should.
What do you mean it's the other end? Up the ass? How dare you? Are you saying?
I really didn't mean.
Fucking dare you?
Freudian.
How dare you?
Freudian.
How dare you? Oh my God, that Freudian, my ass, that has been building up in there. How dare? Ow.
I told you I should have ordered one of those things off Amazon.
Lord, Jesus Christ, please put a guard in her mouth. Ow!
Oh, God, I ain't the only one that needs a guard at my mouth during this period of time. And it's just, and it's so funny because people can't handle the truth. They can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
And it's just, and especially if somebody speaks truth about themselves, people are just sort of like,
Saying I got my brain up my ass, basically. That's what you're telling me. I'm so full of shit.
He did pass a ridiculously sized kidney stone, he said.
I did, and I didn't realize it.
He didn't get it. And I'm like, God.
I didn't grab it. I did not want to.
No. Wash your hands. It's fine.
Ew.
That's how it's done.
I'm not sticking my hand in that. No, I'm not pulling a fucking Henry from Silent Hill.
We have soap. You put it in a baggie, you take it to the doctor, and they go, that's it.
I ain't pulling a what's-his-face from Silent Hill 2. I ain't reaching in the toilet for a key.
Oh, that's how it's done. Sometimes that is how it's done.
No.
But I had ordered Alex Jones store had a really good deal over the weekend. It's the 4th of July sale and stuff like that. And so I had ordered a hoodie. Mm-hmm. And I have been very pleased with products that I have ordered there. I'm a fan of the methylene blue. I am. Check with your healthcare somebody. Pharmacist. Ask your pharmacist on any of this stuff.
Ask your pharmacist.
But, and I ordered one of the frog plushies. I love the frogs. Frogs are friends.
You got him sitting right behind
you. I do. And then I've got Pepe on the other side. Those who know. But I had ordered a hoodie, and it was supposed to be buy one, get one free on all the products, including apparel. And so when I had gotten the confirmation email, it just mentioned the one product. And so I had called yesterday, and I'm like, was this supposed to be, part of the buy one, get one? And they're like, we just see one that's ordered. Did you want another one of the same kind? And I'm like, well, sure. And they said, do you want the same size? I said, sure. I said, I'm fat chick. I want the big. And she didn't know what to say. And it's like, I am not in denial of reality.
It's like the lady at the airport. I'm fat and hungry, and it's late and early.
Yeah.
You laughed at that earlier.
That is hilarious. I mean, it just... And what is it that people have... They become very uncomfortable if someone is self-aware. It's a very odd phenomenon, and I think it's because so many people want to be lied to make them feel better about themselves. Well, that don't change the whatever it is. Deal with the reality. Understand why the reality is there. You don't have to judge yourself or anybody else. Just simply sit there and state a fact, an observation. Kids over there looking at me like
I think it's also not being rude to people. You
don't have to be rude. I mean, it's just, and it's
not knowing how to respond because the person may make a joke, but if you say something back, they will get big mad.
Yes, and it's not fair for people to set others up and put them in that position. That's not fair.
No.
That's just like, does this whatever make me look fat? Don't ever ask somebody something like that. You can sit there and go, is this color good? Is this too tight? Is it whatever? You can, different things like that. But it's like, you either is or you ain't. Now, there's some people that's on the pudgy side. It don't matter. It does not matter as long as somebody has a modicum of health. If they're comfortable, be comfortable in your skin regardless of where you are. Learn to do that. But as far as setting somebody else up, don't do that. That's not fair to them.
No,
and we've got cats that have been driving me batshit crazy for days.
Yeah, that's not fair either.
No, it's not. But as far as the gaslighting, my God, I think we absolutely experienced the mother of all gaslighting events today.
We did.
And it's one of those
we
that
also
everybody...
saw that with the Didi trial.
Everybody is sort of stunned to sit there and go, what? Let's face it. this thing with Epstein, and we understand that, is there a satanic pedo ring running the world? Yes. There's quite a few of us that understand that. It's not just Alex Jones. There's lots of people that understand that. He was one of the first whistleblowers, or that was the first one to come out and truly speak the words. Mm-hmm. But he's called hell every way, and upside down.
Oh, yeah, he has.
And still is.
Mm-hmm.
But with this thing, when you have one of the key players in this, which was this Epstein, and for them to come out and say, oh no, he really did unalive himself and there was no foul play and there's no list and all that. After years of people going, yeah, this stuff exists, mm-hmm. and then being promised, oh, that's the first day, y'all are going to find out about this. And then sit there and go, oh, well, no, we're still working on it. And then to sit there and go, oh, it's gone. Everything's gone. And for Trump to say, why is everybody still talking about it? And it's like, now let me tell you something. No, that to me was the same thing as Hillary Clinton when she was questioned about Benghazi, where those 13 people got killed that needlessly, that they could have got them out.
Yeah.
She was Secretary of State during that debacle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the ambassador, that was horrible. It was horrible. We've had some horrible go on, and I mean horrible. It's life on this planet. But for her to sit there and go, what does it matter? And I thought, bitch, to those families, it will always matter. And so when it was, oh, why are people still talking about it?
Because people got fucking hurt.
Yes. It ain't a matter. It's protecting the people who did evil. That's how the public is viewing it. That's how I view it. Mm-hmm. As somebody who worked with kids and other people that have been assaulted in that way, that's a life sentence.
It is.
And it's like, I'm a huge fan of wood chippers. I think everybody ought to own one just in case. For various and sundry reasons. If you know, you know. Because some of that stuff you can't fix.
No. Humpty Dumpty, they can never put them back together again.
And so for Trump to sit there, why is everybody still talking about it? And it's like, buddy-o, let me tell you something. Now, the people have had your back for a long time. You start pulling this bullshit. Because some of us, it is not a matter of being in a cult. It is not. We elected a man. Mm-hmm. I get that. Humans are prone to mistakes. I get that too. There are some of these people that treat him like he's a messiah. I ain't one of them. I'm an independent thinker. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. But that was a truly what the fuck.
Fully.
And for them to come out and all these people, we have a nation that has been sitting on a powder keg for a very long time. We've got a whole nation that trusts basically nobody. Mm-hmm. And that was what the hoodies say, question everything, trust no one, or something similar to that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was insane.
Well, that makes me wonder what was actually found.
Mm-hmm. That they think that the public truly cannot handle the truth. Are there people in the public that can't handle the truth? Yes.
But that is very few.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you've got some people that are brainwashed out there. It is not who in the hell, I don't care who it was that did what. That's enabling. To sit there and go, yes, you can do something horrible and wicked and just absolutely, death penalty worthy. Mm-hmm. But we're not going to tell anybody. And it's like, Now, I don't know how or when or whatever it is. At some point, even if it's when everybody stands before God, we will find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that these people that covered up for whoever, for whatever reason that they've made up, they will be held to account also.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it was a matter of, oh, this was done in Moloch or whatever worship or Baphomet or all this shit, because that stuff goes on.
It's all evil.
Yeah. Some of us have known this. This stuff is real. They do this stuff, have done it for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it was a matter that these people had gained the trust of a lot of people, and that includes Kash Patel, that includes Dan Bongino, and if they found out something that was so horrific that they can't even talk about it, well, then they shouldn't have started the conversation.
Right.
They were the ones that started it.
Well, what if that's the case? Why don't they say, "Hey, we found something that is horrific. We cannot disclose this because this will cause public outcry."
Right. It's causing public outcry because of how it's been mishandled. I have never seen anything be that poorly handled in a very long time.
This whole thing was just a big, massive clusterfuck. Just fuck up left and right.
Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy. But all of us are sitting there going, really? I'm sorry. The other side is the ones that's brainwashed. We're not. We're not. Mm-hmm. We were the ones that did not fall for the fucking psyops. Don't try to piss down somebody else's back and tell them it's raining.
Yeah.
You picked the wrong group of people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's weird. My God, it's weird.
These are some strange times so far. Whatever dimension we are in right now.
Leo King was talking about it. It's one of those outer planets, and I'm sorry, I can't remember which one. It's one of those, I don't know. One of those outer planets has gone into Gemini and will be there for 16, 18 years, something like that. It's going to make a slight transit back into Pisces, which is...
What?
Something that's going to go back into Pisces and then it'll stay in Gemini.
What?
God,
not the Gemini.
Yeah, the wishy-washy and it's funny.
Oh, not the Gemini.
But for the most part, and Gemini, it always reminds me of the comedy and tragedy masks. It's that dualistic nature, that slightly, it's a bipolar type energy.
Yeah. Yeah, very much.
And I've had people get pissed off at me, again, because I spoke the truth about it.
Well, you called it for what it is, the bipolar energy?
Yeah, somebody was a Gemini, and they got angry with me and unfriended me and everything else. And I'm like, well, you just proved my point.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Trump's a Gemini. He is a Gemini.
Do you see why I do not trust a Gemini?
I get it.
I do not like Geminis.
And it depends on the other signs. The sun sign is just one component of the whole formula.
Well, that is true. Because I have met actually some pretty fucking cool Geminis.
I've got a moon in Gemini.
But I'm talking like full-on Geminis, like it's their main sign, whatever.
Right.
I've met some pretty cool Geminis.
Yeah.
Could vibe with them. I'm not trying to shit on all of them, but a good portion of Geminis.
They breathe through their asses. Russell Brand is one of the, as far as a typical Gemini, he breathes through his ass.
Yes, but also they also say shit and do shit that is completely just out of left field sometimes. Yeah. And so it's like, you can't trust them as far as that.
Well, I don't know if it's a matter of trusting them. It's just a matter that they can flip on a dime. 1 minute they are just perfectly fine, then the next it's just like flipping a switch.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell happened? And you have no clue. And they don't either. They don't know. You could be sitting there and they'll just get pissed at you because you're there. I've had that happen. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, no, No. So, it just was bizarre. And if you're a Gemini, we love you. We ain't shitting on nobody. We just speaking truth. It's just observations.
That is true.
And it just...
there's downsides to all zodiac signs. There really is.
Oh, all of them. All the signs, they have strengths and they have weaknesses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about those of us that are Leos, that it's a matter of not getting up our own asses. Because to be pompous and arrogant and stuff like that, there's a lot of Leos that people are like, oh, hell no, 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 no.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. And it's,
you see a lot of Leos up in Hollywood and stuff like that.
Yeah. They're very impressed with themselves. So it's a matter of being aware that can be a pitfall and remaining humble. Mm-hmm. As best you can on that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what the hell is going on with this Epstein thing, and neither does anybody else. But as far as them trying to memory hole it, no.
It's like, no, you ain't going to do that. You cannot wipe it away from our memories that easily.
Right. I mean, this is something that involved some of the we don't know who all it involved.
The top
world
people.
Leaders. Yeah. And it's like to allow... sometimes people are like, oh, I would like to have the power and the money and the fame and stuff. Would you really? Would you want that temptation? Would you want to have somebody get you involved in some of this filth like this? And the thing is, even the people who did not agree to it, some of them, as far as being drugged and then being videoed, there'd be no way that you could say that you did not.
Right. Right.
And now with this AI bullshit, I don't even know that they have to do all that. That's horrifying. Mm-hmm. So, pray for these people. It's just a matter. I cannot imagine the stress that these people are under. I really can't. I know that Tom Homan, he can't even be around his family right now because they have had so many death threats. We've got people that are trying to incite civil war within this nation. We have an enemy element inside. Mm-hmm. And it's like Jesus is our only hope. Jesus is our only hope, for real.
Yep.
So but anytime you put your faith in a human, you're going to be disappointed because humans are fallible.
Well, it's like people are really waking up during this time. They have been waking up.
That is true. But Leo King...
And this is something that cannot be just swept under the rug like they want it to be.
Right.
And now people are going to try to dig even further.
Yeah. And it's like you got to wonder, was this reverse psychology?
What if it was?
And we don't know. Leo King was talking about that, I think he said maybe this week or whatever it was, that this was supposed to be a good week, get stuff done. Because then for whenever it goes in the water, I need to take notes. I need to take notes on this shit. Or actually, go ahead and subscribe to High Vibe over there, and you too can be frustrated from day to day. But for like 6 months, it'll go into as far as January or whatever, 2026, there'll be like 6 months that it's going to be rough. Don't know what's going on with it. I know that there were a couple of days ago that he had mentioned about that sound in the sky that everybody would hear. I thought about discussing the rapture. We may and we may not, because that's a very controversial topic also, but very supernatural.
Yeah.
And after that lady had the, that Kabuki Theater had told me about, and I watched that about where she had whatever that being was that was huge, that she thought may have been an angel.
Wait, what?
We discussed this.
The dark thing?
Yeah. Go back and re-listen to that cup of coffee. Yeah, it's all there.
Yeah. Oh, well.
And there's stuff that's going to be coming out that nobody can even fathom. Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. Always have a good supply of whatever you need, just in case. We're Appalachian. It comes along. It ain't a matter of being a prepper. It's a matter of being Appalachian. Same thing. So, we ain't predicting nothing. It's just, it was, every day is a new shit show.
What the fuck? Are we going to get zapped up?
We don't know. We don't know. And
I just got this job.
Well, that's all right. Well, you keep doing your job until you called to do something else. But
it's a good thing I only work 3 days next week.
It's just been interesting and tiring, and the fatigue. And that's one of the things that you will hear over and over and over, different types of fatigue. Everybody is world weary. Mm-hmm. That's where it's coming from. It's not necessarily a physical or a mental fatigue. It is a spiritual fatigue.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is. Like, it's there's no other way to describe it.
And this is why it's a matter of praying for each other, encouraging each other, helping to share the burdens, but don't carry somebody else's burden. That ain't yours. Mm-hmm. Somebody, I think it was Miss Harriet Bowie, had a brilliant comment. Those on BitChute and Rumble, you really need to come over to YouTube every now and then and read the comments. Because we have some people that post some brilliant and wise things, and she was talking about a Native American legend of a woman with the baskets, and not taking all of somebody else's basket, and that means somebody else's burdens, because it's not yours. You can help them, but you can't do it for them, because again, that's the difference between enabling and assisting.
Right.
If you enable somebody, it teaches them nothing. So everybody's having paranormal. Everybody's having supernatural. Some of us are just having stupid. And some of this stuff is just gone from the sublime to the ridiculous.
That's me. I'm having the stupid. That's me.
God. Oh.
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell the people where we can be found?
Yeah, you can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also, check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, at Rolanda COCWS. Thank you all for joining us. Have a good.
Yeah. Know that you are loved. If you do need extra prayer or whatever, the email's there in the description box. It's cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. It's just all together. Mm-hmm. And even if I don't get back to you the first day or something like that, because I don't always check it every day.
Check that email.
I try to.
Check that email.
I get
Send
overwhelmed.
those emails.
I get overwhelmed. I think everybody's been overwhelmed.
Dude, it's constant overwhelm. It's sensory overload.
It is. I just need to. I think I need a couple of days, and then I'm like, oh God, then I would have to come back, and it'd make it worse sometimes. It's like vacation, because then you had to do the double work when you come back.
Double work?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyhow, treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. Mm-hmm. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep, yep, yep.
Bye.